And we'll bring our next company up on stage. Please put your hands together for Mimi Vong from Metafyed.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Mimi. Before I started, I just want to ask, did any one of you guys have a family office to handle your money? Or like a wealth management private bankers? Well, for those who actually raised their hands, okay. For those who raised their hands, then you are in luck, because in the past few years, since 2018, private investments consistently beats the stock market. But for everyday people like you and I, we never got the invite. We were stuck with a very high deposits requirements and low interest rate. So here comes Metafyed. We want to make the change and the rules that everyone can participate in these private investment opportunities. We are a RWA tokenizations platform specialized on private credits, helping everyday people in order to access this kind of investment class. Our platform is able to empower everyone to access this kind of private investments, fractional, transparent, and compliance. We have a comprehensive tokenizations platforms, from actually vetting the projects to building the tokenizations with the KYC process. And then we plug in with a license exchange. So let everyone globally in order to access this kind of investment class. This is a snapshot of our platform. On the left side is actually the business people who can actually have dashboards seeing that how did they actually offer this investments for everyone. And on the right side is actually for all the investors that they can access all the different investment opportunities. Here is a recent use case that we do. So there is a companies that are looking for project finance for short term, and then they can actually access all these opportunities and then with a yield bearing opportunities. Right now is probably the best times for us to enter this RWA tokenizations platforms, and for 3 reasons. First is that institutionals is already actually having their adoptions. Second is really the government's regulations with more clarity from Hong Kong, Singapore, and also US. And third is actually, I think that the technology-wise, then we are actually come to the maturity that we can actually exploit in a very mature and a sophisticated way. This is our tractions. We focus on private credits, not on the treasury bills. So far that we have 10 vetted projects, over 2,300 users, and also in our community reach that we have over 500,000. We are very proud and being supported by Cyberport, Drapers, and Stella, and also different foundations and a license exchange. Recently, we raised 5.5 million, supported from the industry leaders. Here's our team. Both Elvin and I have been in the industry, and we are actually as growth hackers, and so that's why that we are able to have our go-to-market strategies, able to raise and then drive our community in such short times, and also with our technology, and also our another co-founder, Eric here. So let's join me to democratize the private credits markets and let everyday people to enjoy these investment opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. Judges, do we have any questions?
Thank you very much for your presentation. There's quite a few RWA marketplaces that are now out, similar purposes as you described in your presentation. Can you articulate what's unique about your offering versus the others in the kind of Hamilton Lane KKRs that are already tokenizing on these platforms?
I think there are many different RWA tokenizations platforms based on different asset classes. Some of them is already it's kind of existing native, some products kind of like treasury bills and bonds. What we really focus is on a small, medium-sized business that they are profitable, they have cash, but they are actually looking for another ways to raise the funds. So we always call them they are the boring but profitable business. And so this is the private credits class that we are looking for. So that is not something that is all the Wall Street players that are focusing on. We are focusing on some things that it's not focusing on. Second of all, then our entry point is in Southeast Asia, that because there is over 70 million small and medium-sized business, but also the adoption rate is the highest. So our entry point is on those people who really need from the business and also with the adoption rates in Asia. So that's how we actually have our entry point and our vertical.
On your team, this is a very sophisticated asset class in some ways. What are the unique skills your team brings in understanding private credit structuring and offering that to accredited investors, retail investors? Who are you going after?
Very good questions, and that's why we just raise funds in order to hire people in expertise in this area. Because my superpower is growth hacking, understanding consumer markets, and then that's actually is also like the understanding of the partnerships. And that's how that we actually come to this stage with from cyberports to drapers and auto stylists. So what we really want to use in next step is to using the funds that we have in order to hire experts in order to upgrade our platform.
How you handle the risk for the SME loans or the portfolio? How you manage the risk and also make it transparent to the investor?
Our platform actually able to vet, and so there's two levels, and then because on the platforms that they come in with the informations, are able to vet all the informations and audits the information first. At the same time that we do work with some expertise partners on the human side. So we do not believe that AI can completely help us to vet the projects. In terms of finding the projects, both Elvin and I, we have been in the industry. He has been in over 10 different accelerated programs as a mentor, and I was actually used to be working as the Techstars Vancouvers and hackathons and also Startup Grind. So we are able to access many different community accelerated programs and SME, that this is actually where we actually have our unique resources.
Were there any more questions, or all judges are satisfied? Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mimi.